The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
Hello, this is TVWAN News. Thanks for joining us. In this edition, film sellers removed, thousands of teachers still unregistered, and hurricanes to defend title. Weeks of continuous heavy rainfall have caused widespread flooding across villages in Carako district, leaving communities struggling as water levels continue to rise. Mekelle local level government president Edward Kekele says the situation has worsened significantly as of last week, with nearly all villages in north, east and west Mekelle submerged. He says the flooding has severely disrupted daily life, forcing schools to close and key road access routes now underwater, making travel and communication extremely difficult for affected communities. Bilum sellers in Goroka are calling for urgent government intervention after being removed from one of the town's most well-known selling spots. The eviction has left dozens of mothers without a place to earn a living.
For years, the space outside Yanepa House in Goroka has been a vibrant marketplace, welcoming visitors with colorful bilums handcrafted by local women. But on Monday, that changed. Dozens of mothers were forced out of the area, leaving them to search for new places along the streets of town. Now, many of these women who rely on bilum sales as their main source of income say they feel unfairly treated.
Goroka, Tony manager, Sorel all mama blomi plan, giving space all by market law. Fence play plan, and people need a little space that's all market and looks over play plan, thank you. Lo obet, you strong command, you come sana pandemic law mama, you find him way lo helping me plan. All mama can market lo only more temporary enough me plan look one way and me come up lo me plan. Market, Sinan, Loyam, Nipla weight lamb, and Nipla, no, I planted top, but no, thank you, that's an exhausting stress now. Me to me, foul lot of talk. Nipla present stuff from me because.
The mothers argue that if authorities are concerned about cleanliness and order in town, then all street vendors should be treated equally. They point to other busy locations, including markets and areas near hotels, where vendors continue to operate.
Mi plan mama blow you sabe na you make him mi plan osem to play wa blow you improve mi plan this mama mi plan plant your trango mama mi plan kamista osem to mi worry no one you work him mi plan so mi to thank you no bell blow you mi plan plant blow mi plan all video mama ya na mi plan mo struggle mi plan ugati mo pikini ni blow mi plan just struggle way na mi plan kamosem mi to thank you
and two mi plan sa put him samla pass go inside. That's also rejecting. Na mi plan saction bla help him. Mi plan stop coming up now. Na mi got plenty all bubu. Mi got 4 bla pikinini. All bubu bla me and full of house bla me. 15 to 16 bla bubus. Na mi look out him this la.
Community members have also spoken out, calling on provincial leaders to step in and resolve the issue quickly. In the meantime, local businessman Robert Manaka has offered temporary support, helping the women secure a space near a business area so they can continue selling.
Now we are light blow hard okay. All round Nigona, as of 2 days now, all come now. Really happy all come now. Find space, he come now, come now. Stop lo. Lottery park sorry. Peace park. All come stop lo here, peace park. Now make him stop now. Me looking for them. Me need to make him stop lo put something, we go inside. On Manaka Security Luatin Brian Bell, so Miko looking postman manager, Anthony. Thank you, Anthony, to give more space. Now you talk, allow you more. You allow you more, Mama, lo come out now.
But the mothers say this is only a short-term solution. They are now appealing directly to Eastern Highlands Governor Simon Sia, Goroka MP Ayatambua, and Provincial Administrator Alan Loss to provide a permanent and secure marketplace.
Mi likliket mi sakam sinan wan temem. Go na mi kamaret, mi maret lo mi no right, mi single mama now mi tok finish o semol man o lusi mi plana. Kaino sem so mi can struggle lo tsali market na mi raise simol pikini do mi no campus.
As the debate continues, the Bilo mamas remain determined, hoping their voices will be heard and their livelihoods protected. Carol Kidu Jr., TVWAN News.
Leaders in Eastern Highlands are now speaking out over the removal of Bilum sellers from Goroka town. Upper Bena LLG President John Nipo has joined calls for urgent action, raising concerns about the impact on local mothers.
We still practicing this heavy blow mama inside the provincial assembly, no matter of discussion, matter of importance, but me put it inside. Now talk. Now me just like making some hap, especially the Bilo mama, now all artifacts of France, better paradise. Now even of floriculture woman, Mr. Brown here. Meanwhile, Papa will plan the time in talk the provincial assembly, the side, the Goroka town, the beautification, or rubbish about the outside, and every time I talk inside the provincial assembly. Sorry, a lot of people. Now, me plan leader, yeah. Me plan must make a business from me plan and more people.
More than 49,000 teachers have successfully submitted the resumption of duty summary sheets. However, the Department of Education records show that more than 22,000 teachers remain unregistered for the 2026 academic year. As of the 24th of March 2026, 49,674 teachers have successfully submitted the resumption of duty summary sheets, or RODSS. However, the department's records show that 22,135 teachers remain unregistered for the 2026 academic year. This figure includes teachers who have yet to submit their RODSS and new graduates whose registrations are currently pending processing. As a result, the department has moved the suspension deadline to give teachers more time to submit their documents. While the original suspension was scheduled for Pay 7, the 3rd of April, the new deadline has been moved to Pay 9, which is the 1st of May. The department urges the provincial education advisors of the 10 provinces, as well as other provinces, to do everything they can to ensure that all their teachers' RODSS are received, verified and entered into the payroll system. These provinces are Jiwaka, Enga, Morobe, Medang, East Sepik, West Sepik, Simbu, New Island, Eastern Highlands and Central. The auto-suspension process is an important step taken by the department to ensure payroll accuracy by removing teachers who have not resumed duty or have retired or resigned. This process is also vital for identifying and removing ghost names from the payroll. Teachers who fail to submit their RODSS by the 15th of April deadline will receive their final salary payment on the 17th of April, after which they will be suspended from the payroll system. You're watching TVWAN News. We'll have the day's other stories when we come back. Stay with us.
Banking doesn't have to be complicated. With PSB's One Talk Wallet, control your money wherever, whenever. Dial *131#, enter your PIN, select cash in or out, and generate a secure code to withdraw cash. It's the only wallet for cardless ATM withdrawals. Send and receive funds, pay for goods and bills, or withdraw cash with ease. All with PSB's One Talk Wallet. PSB's One Talk Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# today.
And
anything can happen. Grab a Coca-Cola and enjoy the moment.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo in milk taste and added nutrients, Milo in milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG and Mia. Pine PNG made.
Cold Power Citrus Blast uses stain-fighting active particles to remove dirt, grease and stains from your family's washing with less scrubbing and rubbing, reducing wear and tear and saving you time. Cold Power Citrus Blast has an amazing citrus fragrance that gives that extra freshness that will last all day long.
The PNG LNG project has now generated more than 30 billion kina for Papua New Guinea since production commenced. Nearly half of this amount has been paid as tax. Equity distributions are paid to KPHL and MRDC based on the interest they hold. Tax is paid to the IRC, while development levies and royalties are paid to DPE.
Thanks for staying with us. A major debate on public service reform was held in Parliament, with the leaders agreeing that change is needed, but differing on how it should be done.
Public Service Minister Joe Sungi says the system is failing and needs stronger accountability.
We have to acknowledge and we all admit that the entire public service in terms of performance has collapsed. The only public servants that are not under this arrangement are the heads of the agencies. All agency heads are not appraised every 6 months. They only assessed based on the performance every year by the minister for the case of the secretaries and by the governors for the case of the provincial administrators. Staff performance appraisal is not a joke. It's by law. It says that if a certain officer scores below 3 out of the 5, 3 consecutive appraisals, is deemed to be due for dismissal from office.
He says most public servants are assessed every 6 months, but top officials are not, making it difficult to deal with poor performance. Sungi says the new amendment will allow the Chief Secretary to assess department heads and improve discipline across the system. He adds that reforms are already happening, including moving recruitment and reporting processes online to make government services faster and more transparent. But Central Province Governor Rufina Peter is urging leaders to take a closer look before fully supporting the changes.
It's important to look at the people first and their performance in a system that's already existing. We've already learned a lot of lessons from changing systems rather than changing the people who sit there to make a system that's already working efficient in achieving its purpose. It's an area that I wanted to point out that it seems to be contradicting where we want to go, which is decentralization of important functions that provincial governments can run and be accountable, held accountable for the decisions that they make at provincial level.
She says the focus should not only be on changing systems, but also on improving the people already in those roles. Peter also questions whether giving more power to the Chief Secretary could create challenges, especially when provinces are trying to manage their own responsibilities. She highlights ongoing issues like housing, salaries, and lack of support for public servants as key problems that must be fixed. Both leaders agree reform is necessary, but say it must be done carefully to ensure better services reach people across the country. Carako Jr., TVWAN News.
Deputy Prime Minister John Rosso says empowering the Chief Secretary is key to fixing Papua New Guinea's struggling public service.
Deputy Prime Minister John Rosso told Parliament the system must operate more like a private sector to improve efficiency, with more responsibility now lies in the hands of the Chief Secretary to the government.
We strive to ensure that our public service, we want it to operate like the private sector efficiency. That's what we all strive for. And sometimes those implementation of those taskings can take months, can take years. And that is the restraints and the constraints that we are faced with as government, from the Prime Minister's office, from Cabinet, and from government perspective.
He explains that just like a company has a CEO, the Chief Secretary should have full authority to manage and discipline public servants. Rosso says the current system limits the Chief Secretary's power, making it harder to enforce accountability. He says giving more authority to the role will help improve performance across departments. Drawing from his own experience, Rosso says public servants in the past showed strong discipline and commitment even in remote areas. But he also points out the challenges faced today.
Ministers are expected to do things, but sometimes all ministers don't agree. And when you want to sack a certain secretary, a certain minister might not agree, a certain party might not agree. Something blotok. And that affects the effectiveness of running government. So we've got to simplify it. And by simplifying it, Mr. Speaker, is empowering our top bureaucrat, our CEO, to be able to implement rules of governance and discipline.
He highlights issues such as a lack of transport, poor housing, and the cost of travel for rural workers. Rosso says the government must support public servants better while also holding them accountable. He says the bill is a starting point for long-term reform aimed at rebuilding a strong and efficient public service. Carako Jr., TVWAN News.
Papua New Guinea has taken a major step forward strengthening its media sector, with Parliament adopting a key report on journalism standards and integrity.
The report, led by the Parliamentary Committee on Communications, is the result of months of consultations across the country, gathering views from journalists, communities and stakeholders. Committee Chairman and War Warrior MP Marsh Narawek welcomed the decision, calling it a historic moment for the nation.
This was a rare moment of bipartisan unity. It sends a powerful signal that the integrity of journalism and the health of our information environment are matters above politics. They are matters of national interest. To the journalists in this room, to all of you in this room, this report is also for you. It is about your safety, your professional development, your working conditions, and your right to report freely without fear or of intimidation or assault.
The report outlines 40 recommendations aimed at improving media freedom, protecting journalists, and addressing the rise of misinformation and digital threats. Key proposals include replacing outdated media laws, introducing a Freedom of Press Act, and creating legal protections for journalists. However, Narawek stressed that passing the report is only the beginning.
The adoption of this report by Parliament is historic, but adoption without implementation is just words on paper. I'm asking each responsible agency to come back to the committee with an implementation plan within 60 days. We will be watching. We will be asking questions in Parliament. We will be conducting inquiries. And we will be publishing an annual media freedom scorecard so that every Papua New Guinean can see exactly what progress is being made and what is not.
The report also highlights the need for better internet access in rural areas, stronger national broadcasting services, and digital literacy programs to help citizens navigate online information safely. Narawek is now calling on all government agencies to act urgently and on the public to engage with the report and demand accountability. A media freedom scorecard will be introduced to track progress with a full review set for 2027. The report is being described as a roadmap toward a freer, more credible, and professional media landscape in Papua New Guinea. Carol Kidu Jr., TVWAN News.
The first intake of 2025 police recruits graduated today at the Police National Center of Excellence in Bomana. A total of 284 recruits passed out as probationary constables this afternoon. Of these, 41 are women and 243 are men, representing all provinces of Papua New Guinea.
Family and relatives of the passed-out police recruits traveled from across the country, including NCD and Central Province, to witness the recruits being sworn in as police officers. A total of 284 recruits passed out as probationary constables, and of these, 41 are women and 243 are men, representing all provinces of Papua New Guinea. This group includes one of the largest numbers of female recruits since the college was elevated to National Center of Excellence status. Prime Minister James Marape, who officiated in the event, acknowledged and thanked the new police officers who willingly chose to serve the country in the line of upholding and enforcing the law.
You have applied, you have been trained the last 6 months on your own free will, and you choose to join in the Royal PNG Constabulary, the oldest consistently run state agency, important constitutional arm of the sovereign called Papua New Guinea, your country. You have chosen to join a worthy cause in the security and safety of your country. Today, you are women and men who make history. Right after the 50th anniversary of our country, you are joining a worthy and a noble and important institution, the Papua New Guinea Royal Constabulary. As you disperse to serve your country, firstly as probationary constables, and later to be grafted in as permanent constables, I charge you today, be out there loyal, not to your tribe, not to your family, not to your religion, not to the different affiliations we all call ourselves to be members of, but first and foremost, loyal to your flag, loyal to your constitution, loyal to your uniform, and loyal to your country.
Acting Assistant Commissioner of Training, Silva Sika, said the number of recruits has grown steadily over the years, showing the growth of the Royal Papua New Guinea Constabulary. He also noted that more women are joining the force each year. Sika urged the new officers to maintain discipline, integrity, and professionalism in their service. The event concluded with Police Commissioner David Manning commissioned the new police officers, witnessed by Prime Minister Marape, the general public, and the police hierarchy. Rex Lita, TV1 News.
And now the finance news. The kina closed unchanged at $0.2317 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying $0.2242, $0.3192 Australian dollars, $0.1859 euro, and 35.49 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, crude oil and copper closed higher, gold, coffee, and cocoa closed lower, and palm oil closed the day unchanged. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed higher, ASX closed lower, and all ordinaries closed lower as well. Stay tuned. TV1 News continues after these short messages.
For too long, banking has felt out of reach for many. But now, PSP's One-Took Wallet is here to change that. Send and receive money, pay bills, and top up. It's your money, wherever, whenever. Because at PSP, we are committed to improving how our customers connect to our One-Talks, to our family, to the ones we love. BSP's One-Took Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131 hash for everyone.
Start your day by doing the 1, 2, 3 with Colgate. Wake up. Brush your teeth. And smile. Smile throughout your day with Colgate.
You sabe tu awesome condom and one way where you can abrusim seek HIV, STI na unplanned pregnancy? Tingim, use him condom long right way. Stop safe na look out him you yet. Use him condom all get a time. Suppose you no save long HIV status long partner blog you or suppose you got plenty partner. Use him condom good all get a time. Long haborusim seek HIV, STI na unplanned pregnancies. Use him condom banisim you yet na future blog you. This platok save ikam long National AIDS Council Secretariat.
Boy, semakin tapa si Arya.
Auntie, bangka goksim. David Noran. You passed it. Spots. It's in me.
Always on WhatsApp? Then this is your style of banking with TISA. Check your account balance or even chat with a TISA bank agent. Get started today by following these simple steps. 1. Save TISA Bank's official WhatsApp number in your phone. 2. Open WhatsApp and send a simple hi. 3. Follow the menu to start banking. It's that easy. TISA Bank. Banking on change.
Welcome back. Ella Motors PNG has launched its new Toyota RAV4 hybrid electric vehicle yesterday in Port Moresby. Ella Motors PNG CEO Masaru Mikami said the launch of this new Toyota product represents a commitment to continuous innovation and transformation to make mobility services more efficient for Papua New Guineans.
The new Toyota RAV4 is a fuel-sufficient sub featuring a 2.5-litre engine with a fifth-generation hybrid electronic system, producing around 143 kilowatt to 163 kilowatt. It offers 4.8 to 5.1 litre and 100 kilometer fuel sufficiency and features like a 12.3-inch digital cluster, wireless connectivity and advanced safety. Ella Motors PNG CEO Masaru Mikami said that since 1891, the company began exploring its business in Papua New Guinea and has started handling the Toyota brand, and now it has evolved through the launch of its latest brand, RAV4.
In 2026, we Ella Motors have forward closed the aspiration to be your first choice and to remain your first choice for you through mobility service provider as automotive and marine in PNG.
Mikami said the introduction of RAV4 signifies the company's commitment to providing services through mobility while continuously striving to connect the past and the future and to pursue both tradition and innovation.
Committed to bring happiness for the future society through transportation by building a new business model that supports safe and reassuring movement for both people and goods of Papua New Guinea.
Prior to the launch, the team underwent a test drive from Lae to Mount Hagen and back. Rugby League star Justin Olam took the lead in that trip. Olam shares his experience after the trip.
The trip itself was exciting. I haven't been on Islands Highway for almost 10 years since I went and played rugby league. So it was a journey not only for me but for RAV4 as well, to travel together up the Highlands Highway through the rugged terrain of Asimbo province. That's where I'm from, as you guys can see on the film, and the ever-changing weather of the Highlands Highway. The RAV4 has proven my doubt, and it's proven to be a tough car for the condition. But not only that, we set out from Leh, Morocco province, with a mission to travel up to 1,000 kilometers with only one tank, and we achieved that. We traveled almost, I think, 945 kilometers with a quarter full tank. So the fuel efficiency of the car itself is really amazing to witness.
The vehicle is suitable for PNG road conditions, especially in the remote areas. Tracy Pa, TVWAN News.
In overseas news, Birth and Beyond has been the only non-clinical pregnancy to parenting organization in Central Australia. But funding shortfalls were sparking fears they would be forced to shut shop. The service provided vital support and a drop-in space to families, particularly new mothers, and it has been calling for ongoing funding to keep service running.
A vital pregnancy, birth and postnatal service worried funding shortfalls could force its doors to close.
We've been around since the early 80s and we're offering a drop-in service that is not offered by any other organisation or service model within Alice Springs.
Parents say not-for-profit community organisation Birth and Beyond fills a critical gap in Central Australia.
You can kind of stop in if you need to, you can come and borrow resources. It's also the place that you hire a birth pool from if you're planning a home birth. If you're having difficulty breastfeeding, then we've got breast pumps that you can use, TENS machines, all that kind of stuff.
Both tiers of government say they want the service to thrive, while the NT Health Department says they have offered to renegotiate with Birth and Beyond in line with their current agreement and timeframes. But the board says that isn't enough.
We're doing things at a capacity that's underfunded or it's relying on committee volunteer time, which is just not sustainable into the future.
What's at stake for this transient town is a lifeline warding off isolation when support feels far away.
It's been a place to make up some of what you lose when you don't have family around you to be that support for you in a hugely wild, life-changing time.
There's nothing else like this in town, but I think what we also don't realise is that other places around Australia do have these services.
Many hoping they won't be left alone.
The calibre of care a patient receives at the end of their life can make the difference between a peaceful death and a difficult one, and it can also have lasting impacts on their loved ones. One Mount Gambier family has been sharing a palliative care experience, left wanting to encourage more healthcare workers to train in end-of-life care.
Brooks keeps a reminder of her son at the heart of her home. Ryan Bowman was 33 years old when he died after a lifetime of health battles.
In a positive way, we speak of him every day.
Born with 4 congenital heart defects, surgery as a child resulted in an acquired brain injury. At 31, he was diagnosed with cancer and fought to enter remission.
Loved his friends, loved his siblings, and especially loved his nieces and nephews, and of course his daughter.
A year before his death, Ryan was diagnosed with late-stage heart failure. In February last year, he was rushed to Mount Gambier Hospital. As his condition worsened, he entered palliative care.
Ultimately, all we wanted for Ryan was a peaceful ending, which didn't happen.
An independent review into Ryan's treatment in his final days identified significant delays in his care. It found Ryan and his family's instructions were also ignored, including Ryan's needle phobia.
The drugs that they gave Ryan went against all our wishes, which was effectively they brought in a tray of needles, plonked them on his tummy, started doing stuff that he just didn't know what was going on.
The Limestone Coast Local Health Network accepted the report's findings and has started implementing the proposed changes. But experts say it's not an isolated case.
Hospitals are really well set up in Australia to support people who have acute and episodic concerns that are curable often, but we're not so well set up to care for people who are now living with multiple serious illnesses that are not curable.
Ryan's family doesn't want his experience to be in vain. It's set up a foundation to provide scholarships to healthcare workers. The money will go towards further education in palliative care for regional workers.
To be able to have that legacy now, we'll speak about him, we'll never forget him.
The local health network is supporting the new foundation.
One of the oldest band leaders in the world is on the verge of creating history. At 104 years of age, Western Australia's George Franklin has been inching closer to breaking a world record.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Meet George Franklin, the longest-serving member of the Perth City Band. He credits his longevity to his love of music, conducting this swing band every Monday night. What keeps you coming back every week?
Music. Yes, it's just something that we've had in music all our lives.
Music entered young George's life when he was just 7, taking up the cornet, before joining the Perth City Brass Band as a teenager. After serving in the Royal Australian Air Force during World War II, he returned to music, joining the Army Band.
Well, if I can just join to be in Western Command Band here, I'll have a go. So I finished up by doing 20 years.
George eventually became the conductor of the brass band, and after several decades, he still cherishes leading his band members.
When it's grooving, it's a real send the shivers up and down your spine.
Those closest to him singing his praises.
Very experienced musician and a pleasure to play under.
Being a musician all his life, he's still able to write music, his head's still A-OK.
Mr Franklin recently turned 104, just months away from breaking the world record for the oldest living conductor of a band.
Yeah, would you know it was a world record?
Well,
somebody else hasn't owned up to their age, is that what?
And after 97 years in the music industry, the band plays on for George Franklin.
And that ends the news segment. Later in sports, Solo steps up and Hurricanes to defend title.
The PNG LNG project has now generated more than 30 billion kina for Papua New Guinea since production commenced. Nearly half of this amount has been paid as tax. Equity distributions are paid to KPHL and MRDC based on the interest they hold. Tax is paid to the IRC, while development levies and royalties are paid to DPE.
Hi, with the help of Palliative Naturals shampoo and conditioner, with these 3 quick and easy tips, I'm going to show you that more natural, beautiful hair is achievable. Step 1, massage your scalp during washing with shampoo. Step 2, apply conditioner to the tips of your hair. Step 3, gently towel dry your hair. There you have it. For natural, beautiful hair, use Palliative Naturals shampoo and conditioner. Have a great hair day.
Hoy, maganda pa si Arya!
Auntie, bangka koksim. David Loran. You think you passed it. Spots, it's in me.
The Great Crusade of Power and Miracles with Bishop Randall, who has traveled to many nations preaching the Word of God. Now he is coming to Papua New Guinea straight from Australia to minister on Resurrection Sunday, only one day even at 9 a.m. at Sir John Guy's Outdoor Stadium. Bring your family to be at the foot of the cross, and also you will be receiving a free bottle of the blessed oil. Call us now, 7422-9960 or 7899-8678.
Now Crichton with a beautiful run. Gagai puts the arm up. It's pulled by Fletcher Hunt. And away. Jenkins. Stockley. Over halfway. And Parramatta go bang, bang. Now Tarangi gets his second. A dummy and running stand. He tries to work his way through. The offload out the back. Right on the siren. No 10. Crashes over.
This is Bob Ferguson. I was a part of the French 75.
I felt like Tony Montana!
Steve Lockjaw just attacked my home. And I cannot remember the answer to your question.
Maybe you should have studied the rebellion text a little harder.
You just...
One battle after another. Premieres Saturday, March 28th, 9 p.m. on HBO.
Welcome back. PNG Hunters first choice number 9, Trevor Solu, has expressed confidence in the team following their 38-14 victory over the Western Clydesdales in round 3 of the 2026 QRL Host Plus Cup. In his 4th season at the Q Cup level, Solu has demonstrated strong leadership and maturity, crucial for the team's performance. He emphasized that the recent win enhances their confidence and puts them in good stead for their round 4 clash against the Redcliffe Dolphins this Saturday in Brisbane.
The 26-year-old Southern Highlands man highlighted the importance of communication, a high completion rate and solid defense to their campaign, noting how these elements contributed to their success in the last match. While acknowledging the challenges of losing their first 2 games, he believes the away win will uplift the team's morale.
It's good to get a win back away from home. I think one thing that I've learned is I think the communication on and off the field is something that helps us throughout the game and makes us easy to do our job in the field. So everyone has been communication. Everyone's been talking well in the game while we play. So it's something that we wanted to carry on in our next game moving forward. So talk has been good. Boys, they are all happy to get a win away from home. So it's a good start for the season to get a point. 2 losses from back-to-back at home. It's been hard for us to lose the 4 points here at home. So to go away and get a win, it's something that we wanted to do and build off.
As he steps into a more prominent leadership role, Solu admitted it is demanding, but is ready to guide his teammates. He emphasized the crucial link between the spine, particularly the halves, to foster effective communication and teamwork.
Yeah, I'm finding challenging it sometimes. It's a big role to play in the team and to lead the boys in the middle, especially. So it's not something new. I always doing it while playing local level in Digital Cup coming up. It's been 4th season in the club, so yeah, I'm ready to do my job and lead the boys. So yeah, I'm finding not that comfortable, but I'm doing my best.
Solu praised new 5'8" Joel Genna and his combo with Jamie Mavoko, calling him an exciting talent.
As a spine, communication is very important for the club and for us to communicate well and do the best performance in the field. So to combine with the 2 halves, we need to do more on communication and see how it goes in the field.
He expressed excitement for young speedster Carlos Lowe, who will debut against the Dolphins this weekend. Additionally, Solu showcased his goal-kicking skills, managing a perfect record last week with 3 successful kicks.
I think it's a lot of sacrifice, a lot of kicking has been done behind the scenes. For me to do those 3-from-3, it's something that I wanted to do. Make sure that I do my job in kicking well, so help my team and put us in a better position. So there's not only me, Jamie, even Josh, Clint, all of us. There's a lot of good kickers, but it's come back to the patience and how calm you are in the field while converting those 2 points.
As the Hunters prepared to face off against the Redcliffe Dolphins in round 4, he reiterated the coach's focus on strong defense and maintaining a high completion rate as key. Rex Litter, TVWAN Sports.
The Zeal Christian School has launched the 3rd edition of the Northwest Rugby League Preseason Nines Tournament, set to take place at the Connie Tigers Oval over 3 days, starting tomorrow through this weekend. This year's tournament aims to leverage rugby league to promote positive habits and drive change in communities.
At today's launch, Ben Umba, principal and owner of Zeal Christian School, expressed enthusiasm for the tournament's potential to impact youth positively. He emphasized the school's commitment to using rugby league to instill discipline and inspire young people to focus on their future.
Basically, our main aim is to drive change into the community. That's why we as school, we are always in the school environment, teaching kids and trying to, get the development into the kids, the little ones, but then we see the need in the outside community as well. So that's why we are looking for opportunity, and one of them is the sports, and rugby league is the major one. And then we are using rugby league as a tool to drive change, discipline into the community, to make sure that the young youths are really they are focused for tomorrow. We are Papua New Guineans. Who can change this nation if we cannot?
Umba reaffirmed his passion for the tournament and his commitment to sponsoring it in the years to come. This year's edition has gained tremendous traction with over 50 teams registering to participate, an impressive increase from previous years.
There are about 52 teams currently taking part. They show interest, and the number is it tripled up from the last 2 years ago. And that we see that community, not only it's staged in Port Moresby Northwest, but we've got interest from teams in Northeast, Moresby South, and even out into the Central Province, Motu-Koita District, teams are coming in. And it up to 52 teams in total to take part. So we can see that it's really growing, the competition is really growing, and it's going far and wide within the Port Moresby and Central Province.
The games will commence tomorrow, and the principal announced an increase in prize money compared to last year.
So now we are giving about 8,000 kina for first prize to come on board, and then 5,000 kina for second prize, 2,000 kina for third prize, and 1,000 kina for fourth. So we are looking at the top 4 teams to give the prizes out. And hopefully by next year, that prize money will increase.
The tournament promises to be an exciting event that not only showcases rugby league, but promoting the values of discipline, community engagement, and personal development among the youths. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
The defending champions of the 2025 Zeal Rugby League Nines in Port Moresby, the Erima Hurricanes, are in to defend the title. The Nines tournament kicks off on Friday, and Erima Hurricanes is amongst a few teams from Moresby Northeast registered for the tournament.
With 8,000 kina up for grabs, an increase of 3,000 kina from last year, defending champions Erima Hurricanes from Erima in Moresby Northeast vowed to defend their title. Team captain Roger Kagayabi was part of the team that defeated UPNG Spartans 6-4 and claimed the championship title.
Tram lo workout lo defend cup from like that. Me are prize money too, mas me mas lo. Semua nublo boys too, kata ni mi plan tinggal train strong lo, finish the prize money too.
Kagayabi said they have lost some of the players for this Nines tournament, but still have the co-playing group before he provided the update on their preparation.
1 2 some lo nublo mai ki, some lo more lo mai ki. After people training after 2 weeks, ready to play the Giant Giants, all boys ready to finish defending cup.
The third Giant Zeal Rugby League Nines tournament will host talents from all across the city, and Erima Hurricanes is amongst a few teams from the Mosby Northeast registered for the tournament. Rex Litter, TV1 Sports.
PNG Hekari FC heads into round 5 of the Oceania Football Confederation Pro League at the bottom of the ladder after 4 rounds. As round 5 kickstarts in Fiji on April the 11th, the remaining matches in this final round is crucial for Hekari to improve their standings.
The football action shifts to Ba and Suva on Saturday, April 11th, following a successful conclusion of round 4 in Honiara, Solomon Islands, where results left PNG Hekari FC still searching for a real breakthrough. The PNG franchise has struggled to maintain form in the past 4 rounds, trailing behind at the OFC inaugural Pro League competition. Fellow Pacific Islands team Bula FC, Solomon Kings and Vanuatu United have proved to be competitive against the New Zealand and Australia teams, a testament of progress for Pacific footballers. Heading into round 5, the frontrunners are Auckland FC on 23 points, followed by South Melbourne FC on Kings and Vanuatu United closing in on 5th place with 5 points. HFC Bank Stadium in Suva and Ba's 4R Stadium, Govin Park will host 12 round 5 matches, with the latter hosting the 2 rescheduled matches from round 3, with South Island United facing Auckland FC United on April 21st. Vanuatu United FC and South Island United will open the round on Sunday, April 11th, followed by Tahiti United taking on Solomon Kings FC that evening. The opening weekend continues with a top 2 clash between Auckland FC and South Melbourne FC before host Bula FC face PNG Hekari FC. Rex Litter, TV1 Sports.
NRL Round 4 kicks off with big clashes across the weekend. Round 4 of the National Rugby League kicks off this evening with a full schedule of exciting matches across the weekend.
Pressing through Katoni Staggs, explodes into the gap, and can you believe it? The Broncos are in front. The comeback kids.
The NRL Round 4 opens with a strong contest as the Manly Warringah Sea Eagles host the Sydney Roosters at 4 Pines Park. Anthony Seibold must win against the Roosters to save his coaching career at the Northern Beaches.
Robson for Walker, back inside to Tedesco. Has scored in both weeks so far. Toya with it. Another one of the Origin players. He burns Casey McLean.
Friday features a doubleheader, which sees early competition leaders New Zealand Warriors take on the West Tigers in Auckland. Later, attention turned to a big Queensland derby between the Brisbane Broncos and the Dolphins. This clash is expected to be one of the highlights of the round, as Selwyn Cobo will take on his former club for the first time. Saturday will see a triple header as the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs meet the Newcastle Knights at Accor Stadium in the first match of the day. Up next, the Penrith Panthers face the Parramatta Eels in what promises to be another exciting battle.
In position, quick play the ball. De Silva, Parramatta will get over. Kotoga scores.
The final game of the day will see the Melbourne Storm take on the North Queensland Cowboys. The Storm will be looking to bounce back after their loss last week to the Broncos, while the Cowboys aim to continue their winning run. On Sunday, the Canberra Raiders host the Cronulla Sutherland Sharks in Canberra. The Raiders will be desperate for a home win to get their season back on track.
5 metres away from the line, Cronulla into square the ledge. Hines, long ball, right onto the chest. Stone Street, he's on the move and finds his way over.
The final match of the round will be played on the Gold Coast, where the Gold Coast Titans take on the St. George Illawarra Dragons at Siba Super Stadium. Both teams are currently at the bottom of the ladder and will be eager to secure a win. There will be a lot of rugby league action across the weekend. Watch TV1 for all your rugby league action. Rex Litter, TV1 Sports.
And that ends the sports segment. We'll now have the weather forecast. Regional forecast. Southern, Port Moresby cloudy at times with few showers. Popondetta, cloudy periods with some showers and possible thunderstorms. Alotau, partly cloudy, chances of few showers. Momase, Ley becoming cloudy tonight with possible rain shower at times. Madang, cloudy periods with rain showers. New Guinea Islands, Kokoporobao, cloudy periods becoming partly cloudy tonight with showers at times. Kimber, partly cloudy with few showers. And Highlands region, Goroka, Bans, Kundiawa, Menditari and Wabeg, cloudy at times with rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Ocean forecast, Coral Sea, sea slight to moderate with southeast winds of 10 to 20 knots. Solomon Sea, sea smooth to slight with southeast winds of 5 to 10 knots, reaching 15 knots near Trobriand Island. Bismarck Sea, sea smooth with northwest to northeast winds of 5 to 10 knots. Pacific Ocean, sea smooth to slight with northwest to west winds of 5 to 15 knots. And coastal waters forecast, waters of southern PNG Indonesian border to Daro to Kiwa Island, Kerma, Yule Island, Hood Point to Summer Island. Sea 0.5 to 1 meter rising to 1.3 meters. Waters of Summer Island to Cape Vogel and all Milimbe Islands, sea 0.5 to 1.3 meters, rising to 1.5 meters at times. And that ends TV1 News. Thanks for your company. Good night.
The TV1 News was proudly brought to you by